Hello and welcome to Character History, and this week we take a look at another one of my favourite heroes. Now, her original origin was in 1956, but in recent years her character has developed to be one of the most reinvented and one of the most interesting and loved characters for many readers. This week I'll tell you the history of Kate Kane, aka Batwoman. Now, before I begin, this will be a complex history that will reveal a lot of the plot points from the series Batwoman, and the video may be a little longer, but this is a character that I really love and I want to share that with you. Originally, the cowl was worn by Kate Kane in the Silver Age of comics when psychics and different variations of the character would appear to readers constantly. She was set as a female rival to Batman and Robin. However, we're not speaking about Kate Kane, we're speaking about the superior Batwoman, Kate Kane. Yes, I know the names are virtually identical, but I'm speaking about one of the most important characters within this age of comics. Catherine Kate Kane was revealed in the series 52, where she became an enigma to all the members of the Bat family as she just showed up out of nowhere, but showed good intentions and just wanted to help out. At first, she was portrayed as a rich socialite who was good friends with Bruce Wayne and initially started the same way that the same hero did back in 1956. But after a while, the character became much more than that and extremely good at her job, and fans were really enjoying her. She became good friends with Nightwing and eventually with Batman too, with the latter properly teaching her how to use a batarang. So this was when we learned Kate Kane's true origin story. Her father was a high-ranking general within the US Army, and due to a new position, the whole family moved to Brussels. However, one day while they were out, Kate, her sister and her mother were taken hostage by gunmen. Held captive for days upon weeks, she was rescued by her father and the military. However, when she was being taken out, Kate saw two bodies on the ground of both her sister and her mother. Kate would then join the army and saw herself rise as one of the most prominent at the training academy. However, when the leader of the base learnt of her homosexuality and gave her a choice to either deny it and say it was a mistake, or she could leave, she left, stating that she was proud to be gay. Her father was proud of her, but this led to Kate going down a very spiraled path where drugs, alcohol and multiple flings with several different women were her ways of dealing with the death of her sister. But one night when she was rescued by Batman, Kate decided she wanted to stop innocent people being hurt. After a few occasions, Kate's father found out, and although angry that she never told him and stealing military tech, he decided to help her out anyway. She spent the next few years training hard in locations all over the world in harsh exercises that would push her to the limit, until she was ready to return to Gotham. During her adventures as Batwoman, Kate fell in love with Renee Montoya, who was the mysterious sleuth The Question at the time, and tried to help her out as she could as Batwoman after revealing her identity to her. But when Intergang, a futuristic crime syndicate, worked out from the crime bible that an image of Batwoman and a page stating the twice-named daughter of Kane, that they were one and the same. They kidnapped her with Renee following in hot pursuit, but Kate ended up getting stabbed in the heart. Renee saved her and eventually returned her back to full strength, but it has stuck with her ever since. Batwoman continues fighting in Gotham City, with Renee having left and her accepting the new Batman, aka Dick Grayson. The religion of crime who were behind her near fatal stabbing had a new ringleader who went by the name of Alice, and Kate took it upon herself to take her down. Alice, although speaking as if from Lewis Carroll's novel, was insulted at the affiliation between her and the longtime Batman villain the Mad Hatter, when Kate tried to say that they were one and the same. Although quite crazy, she was very clever, and when in a struggle she managed to cut Batwoman that allowed a terrible hallucinogenic into her bloodstream, and she was eventually saved by her dad and some hideous transforming creatures who were part of the religion but broke off when they saw what they were doing wrong. Kate was lucky to escape. However, after she had recovered, she attended a party being thrown by the GCPD, aka the Gotham City Police Department, and met who would soon be her loving girlfriend, Detective Maggie Sawyer. Kate realised that something was wrong as her dad was not present and he wasn't answering the phone. She then discovers that Alice has taken the general and plans to succeed where the previous religion of crime had failed, by flooding Gotham with the same drug that nearly killed Kate. Batwoman, with the help of the same transforming creatures who had helped her previously, successfully manages to stop the plan and saves her father before leading to a chase after Alice. When Alice falls, Kate catches her trying to save her, but balancing off the airplane wing just before she falls, she tells Kate, "You have our father's eyes," before stabbing Kate in the wrist, forcing her to let go, and Alice fell. For a few weeks, Kate locks herself in her crime lab struggling to come to terms with the revelation, and when she receives a blood test, this sparked up a feud between her father that never really healed, as he stated that he didn't know how to tell her that when they rescued her as a child, how could he tell her that the dead girl beside her wasn't her sister? As the New 52 began, Batwoman's origin story did not change, as it was one of the handful of books that weren't affected by Flashpoint's reset of the universe. Kate still hated her father for lying to her, Alice's body had never been found, and Kate Kane, while acting reckless, was almost killed by a hideous serial killer. One thing did change though. Kate and Maggie were together as a couple and were a pleasant interval from the crime-busting pages. But also a mystery began where children were being kidnapped by a lady in the water, and both Batwoman and Maggie were on different sides of the case. Kate was also being hunted unknowingly by an organisation known as the DEO. They offered her a role as an agent, but when she refused, they threatened to oust her father for stealing military technology that Kate was using, and they would let her cousin die in hospital. Although against the advice of Batman, she joined and worked with them to find the missing children and mystical elements behind it all. After a long and lengthy arc, after defeating the perpetrator consisting of Greek mythological creatures, thanks to a team up with Wonder Woman, and saving the children, Kate revealed her identity to Maggie by asking her to marry her. Batwoman has appeared in various other entities, and in form of animation she's appeared more than once, including the Batman animated series movie, Mystery of the Batwoman, and even an appearance on Batman the Brave and the Bold. Although the character's book has been in the spotlight a lot more recently due to the creative team leaving the book due to editorial differences with DC, where DC refused to let Kate and Maggie marry, and then DC further embarrassing themselves by stating that all heroes would never have happy personal lives, as they didn't need them. This coming from one of the head people at DC, Dan DiDio. Now, I've stated my 2 cents on this issue multiple times in the past, with it always being that it was the wrong decision to let Williams and Blackman go, and refusing to let the couple marry because of a stupid tagline by the editor. I am giving the new creative team a chance on the book, with Mark Andreyka as the lead writer, taking the book in a very different direction. Who knows, I may even pick up the trade when it's released. So there you have it, Batwoman's complex history and how she has risen to the top of one of the most enjoyable books in the DC universe to read. Kate Kane is, and now forever shall be, Batwoman.
Good evening, all you gentlemen, mobsters, creeps, and crooks. Men in tights come after you, and still you're off the hook. For those who scare and terrorize, it's the dawn of a brand new day. You scum can simply call us the one and